Hey students, welcome back. I'm excited that we are getting started again. I hope everybody had a good spring break. So this week, well, to recap the week before spring break, we worked on our color wheels and you guys created several different color wheels. Here's my painted color wheel. And so this week we are working on color families. So the wheel sets up the pattern with which the colors go in order. So we have our red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, and then we have all of our intermediate colors in between. Red, yellow, and blue happen to be one color family. And with this color family, we do a lot of mixing and we are able to create greens with these two colors. We're able to create violets with these two colors, and we're able to create a variety of oranges with these two colors. So we are going to be working today with our primary colors. Tomorrow we're going to work with our secondary colors, and on Wednesday and Thursday we will be working with warm colors and cool colors. Today we're going to set up our project and get started with the first section. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of paper. You are going to need something to draw with. You are going to need something to color with. So what I've selected for myself is my drawing pen is going to be my Micron pen, and I'm going to switch over to the other one because it is a bigger point, and with that bigger point you guys should be able to see what I do. Now if you use a drawing pen and you plan on doing watercolor will sometimes pick up the black and move the black around, and so your colors might be a little bit muddy, but maybe you like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a scribble all over my paper. And I'm going to start kind of going in and out. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a bunch of different spaces. And after you get done drawing your picture, and let's just keep it crazy and keep it fun. If you want to draw flowers, you can draw flowers. If you want to just draw stripes, you can draw stripes. You can draw lines, you can draw zigzags. It's up to you what you want to draw. After you draw that, you're going to fold your paper once, and you're going to unfold it. You're going to fold your paper once. You are going to unfold it. Now I have one section, two sections, three sections, four sections. I'm going to go ahead and fold those sections. So I am just working on this little piece. I'm going to try to get in there a little bit bigger and figure out, there we go. So if you want to use your coloring pencils or your crayons, you totally can do that. There's no problem. I'm going to make this whole section red. And just for the sake of fun, I'm going to go ahead and color some red. And then I'm also going to paint some red. So around these edges, I think I'm just going to like lay in some of my coloring pencil color. Now, I found some problems when I shoot videos. If I spend this entire time working on this, you are going to be stuck watching me work for 10 or 15 minutes. My goal is always to get you guys working fast. And so I'll give you instructions at the end of the video to go ahead and finish coloring it. And then when you guys come to turn it in, a lot of you are not following the rest of the directions. So I don't know at what point. Tomorrow when I pull up the video to show you secondary colors, I will have primary colors finished, so you'll be able to see that. So I'm going to lay this in here. Good coloring technique, you follow along with the actual shape of what you're coloring. So, example of good coloring pencil technique, I would hope. I'm going to pick up a little bit of my water. I have a cup of water over here that you can't see. And I'm going to pick up my red paint because we're only using red, yellow, and blue today. I'm going to go ahead and lay some red in there. And I'm going to still see the texture of my coloring pencil, but it's going to fill in all of those spaces. And I'm not being super clean right now, but in the interest of moving along, I'm going to pick up a larger paintbrush this time. I'm going to pick up my yellow paint, and I'm going to paint this section yellow. What I want to do is I'm going to paint every single section on here. And I'm going to try to paint them so that they don't touch each other. Now my blue and purple paint look really, really close together. I'm really hoping that's blue. Hey, look at that. Whee. And I'm going to have to put blue in here between my red and yellow because I don't want yellow to touch yellow. And I don't want red to touch red because... Now, if you have a problem, if you got lots and lots of water, if you're using watercolor and you've lots and lots of water on here, and you do this, my blue and yellow are going to blend a little bit on the edge. And the way that I would avoid that if I'm doing a really nice watercolor, the way that I would avoid that color mix where I don't want colors maybe to mix, is to go ahead and let this dry and then paint that, and then this will stay there and this will stay there and they won't blend. Another way, like if you end up where things are kind of getting a little mixed up, you can just dab straight down with a clean paper towel, and sometimes you could get some fun techniques. So I don't know if you see that on the blue there, but you see kind of that texture. I see it, so I think you guys should see it. Another thing with watercolor, you want to make sure that you're painting with water, and you want to leave as much of the watercolor back in the actual container. So I'm going to go through and fill this in with red, and I'm going to do it nicer later so that you can see that. Oh, do you see where I overlapped my colors? If I had some salt, I could sprinkle some salt on here and get some other funky little techniques. I'm going to be yellow out here. And this is our primary colors. They're important because they're how we mix other colors. Tomorrow we're going to use these, and we are going to actually mix a couple of them, and then I will go ahead and maybe use the actual coloring pencils or the actual paint too, because I can go either way. There's that. Down here I'm going to put a, let's see, a red in here. I'm going to put a red here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of blue right here in between them. Here. And I'm getting a little bit of seepage there, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up, and I might go back in and add some other things, but that is 1/4 of our picture for today. Thank you.